Hey friends, something a little different this month. 2 segments of the Plant of the Month, which is an episode I do over on the Green Room on the Urban Gardener channel on Monday nights. I hope you find it interesting. Hi, it's time for the Plant of the Month on the Grow What You Eat segment of the Green Room. Each month I'm going to bring to you a different plant that's been tested in my suburban Chicagoland garden. I'm Zone 5B. It's going to be full of flavor. It's going to have good productivity. And I think that you're going to want this plant in your garden also. Let me tell you more about this month's plant of the month, the Anaheim Pepper. It all started one chilly January when I received an exciting gift from a friend in England, a packet of her Anaheim chili seeds. I'd never been one to grow hot peppers, sticking mostly to the sweet varieties, since Al and I rarely cook with a spicy one. But curiosity got the best of me. And wow, had we been missing out. The Anaheim pepper turned out to be a flavor revelation, fruity, with a sweetness and a hint of earthiness and just a gentle bit of heat. It has a Scoville rating of about 500 to 2,000. Compare that to a jalapeno, which has a Scoville rating of about 5,000 to 8,000. So it makes it perfect for anybody who wants the flavor without the heat. Once roasted, that Anaheim pepper develops more depth of flavor. It's smoky, it's sweet. Basically, it's utterly delicious. Well, how did I grow those Anaheim peppers? In 2025, my 2 Anaheim pepper plants were grown in well-amended raised beds. They reached an impressive 4 feet by 3 feet wide, and they were loaded. I mean, loaded with fruit. Harvest started rolling in for me in about mid-September, and by the end of the season, I counted 203 gorgeous red peppers. They averaged in size about 5 inches long. I have come out to pick Anaheim peppers, and look at those gorgeous peppers now. Never thought that they were gonna ripen, but yeehaw, they sure have. So I have to get in there and pick a bunch of peppers. Here's what worked for me. In the fall of 2024, in prep for 2025, I topped my beds with 4 inches of organic leaf mold compost that I had delivered. Under that, I put organic alfalfa pellets. And then I put them to rest for the winter. So it had that whole winter season to gain nitrogen and good stuff from the snow and weather that happened and kind of percolate down into the soil. Then in the spring, I mixed a balanced organic granular fertilizer and humic acid into each of the planting holes. The summer feeding was only twice, and I gave them a balanced organic liquid feed. I originally started those pepper plants on March 3rd. I hardened them off well and transplanted them out into my garden in mid-May. The same peppers also thrived up in the kitchen garden where I grew them for that project with the master gardeners up in Door County for that special project. So it proved their versatility both in my Chicagoland garden and up in the Door County, Wisconsin garden as well. I did have one mishap with the plants. There was a summer storm that came through, and they were so laden with fruit at that point that two of the branches broke a bit. They were still attached, but they were definitely broken and leaning. And so I was like, well, what do I have to lose but fruit here? Let's try this. I went and I got some duct tape. My husband got some big, long 4-foot poles. We put those poles in. We foam wired the branches up onto the broken branches up onto that wire. And then I taped the wounds where they had split. Guess what? It worked, and it worked perfectly. I did not lose one pepper. Anaheims typically germinate in 7 to 10 days and mature at around 80 days. And they absolutely adore the full sun. If you have a warm microclimate in your yard, that's even better. They'll shine their brightest there. Well, why you'll love Anaheims. The Anaheim Pepper is mild, flavorful, endlessly useful, and a true gateway chili for gardeners and cooks alike. It's earned a permanent spot in my garden and my kitchen, and I hope it finds one in yours too. A little pro tip: if you need a quick flavor bomb in the kitchen, dehydrate your Anaheim peppers and grind them into a rich aromatic powder, and add a pinch of this to your soups, your sauces, your rubs for a smoky, sweet pop of flavor that transforms any dish. Well, that's the plant of the month. And remember to grow what you eat and eat what you grow. Hello, friends. It's time once again for the Green Room's Plant of the Month. And this month it is the green striped Cushaw Squash. Every now and then a vegetable sneaks into the garden plan and steals the whole show. For me, that veggie is the green striped Cushaw Squash, a plant I once dismissed as a one-time fun novelty just because of its sheer size. Did I really need a squash the size of a big baby in my garden? Turns out, yes. Yes, I did. Okay, Al, what do you think?
I think she's looking good.
Ooh, pretty. Well done. Looking back to 2024 Thanksgiving, we were in Missouri and our friends took us to an Amish general store. It was hidden well off the beaten path. Old-fashioned treats and practical treasures, and on a shelf, this big, hard to ignore squash. My husband said, could we do that? So I told him about what I knew of this squash, and he said, let's do it. So a pack of seeds came home with us, and an unexpected garden love story began. This squash is a sweet and nutty delight, a taste bud revelation. The green striped Cushaw has an unexpected natural sweetness to it. It has a hint of nuttiness, a hearty, meaty texture, but the real magic happens to it when you roast it. It becomes slightly caramelized and it gets sweeter. It actually gets slightly smoky, wonderfully rich. It's the kind of flavor that makes you pause mid-bite and say, Oh, oh, I get it now. Okay, I've got that cleaned out, and now I am going to just get some slices to put on for roasting. This went from a novelty plant to a must grow in 2026. So how did I grow it? Well, full disclosure, I garden with squirrels. Bold, persistent, opportunistic squirrels. Yeah. So to pull off 4 10-pound squash from 2 vines, had to get creative. Think chicken wire cages. I did hand pollinate because I wanted to save the seed for the Door County Seed Library. And it took a whole lot of vigilance. Yep, a whole lot of vigilance. Once summer kicked in, the vines took off like they were caffeinated. And yes, they performed the classic diva droop, the squash drama, midday wilting like I hadn't watered it in a month. Spoiler alert, they're big old fakers. Well, my setup was 29-inch birdie bed. I let it grow over the edge and down onto my pea gravel. We did end up putting wooden trellises that we had spare in the shed underneath them, keeping them up off the pea gravel and the heat of the stone. A couple of bricks underneath the wooden trellises, and that worked out really, really good. This round bed has 2 Cushaw squash. These are the ones that can get like up to 15 pounds. Big, striped, gorgeous things. So I'm letting it drip out this side and that side, and I might have to rig something up. I initially sowed them back in June on the 10th, but I ended up resowing them because I got nervous because they didn't sprout as quickly as a normal squash does, but they did sprout. They loved the full sun. Germination, of course, even though it was slow, 100 days later, we were harvesting yummy squash. So this Cushaw is 11 or 12 days since discovery when I looked back in my phone. And look how enormous it is already. How did I feed them? Well, just like the rest of my garden, it got alfalfa pellets covered over with about 4 inches of organic leaf mold compost. In the spring, I gave it some balanced organic fertilizer and azomite in the hole where I put the seeds that I direct sowed. And once in the summer, I gave them an organic liquid feed. So didn't take too much, but my soil is rich. And in spite of the squirrel challenges, these squash delivered. Big, bold, beautiful, and absolutely delicious. So why should you consider the Cushaw squash? Well, if you love a vegetable that is delicious in recipes that are both sweet and savory, this squash is going to win your heart. Well, maybe it's more like win your taste buds. It's versatile. It stores well. I still have one of the 4 left here, and it's doing just fine, but it's going to get eaten in the next week or so. Pro tip, this makes an incredible soup. So what I have chosen to put in here is about 2 tablespoons of butter, salt, pepper, and parsley and thyme. And we'll see what that does. You can dress it up with some cream, with some sprouted pumpkin seeds, some chopped green onions, some sliced peppers, some dried cranberries, croutons. You pick it. It can be dressed up however you want, but that simple soup is delicious, and it freezes beautifully so that your summer self will thank you for putting it up for a tasty treat. I do have a video on making Cushaw soup over on my channel, Robin Gardens. And if you'd like to see that, the mods will put in a link to that video. So some final thoughts on the green Cushaw. Well, guess what? It's earned a spot in my 2026 garden, squirrel pressure and all. And if you've got the space for it, or even if you don't, think about the fact that it can sprawl over a lawn, no problem. This delightful heirloom squash is it's a squash that might surprise you, just like it surprised me. And who knows? It might become a must grow for you too. Remember, grow what you eat and eat what you grow. Hope you liked it. Remember, sometimes the only thing we harvest is knowledge, and that's okay. Bye for now. We'll see ya on the next one.